What if I told you there's a place on Earth where the ocean glows blue in the darkness, where poisonous fruit becomes breakfast, and where a city of pirates lies frozen in time beneath the waves? A place so small you could drive across it in 3 hours, yet its influence has shaped the entire planet. This place exists. It's called Jamaica, and almost everything you think you know about it is just scratching the surface. Today, I'm taking you deep into 50 facts about Jamaica that sound completely made up, but I promise you, every single one is real. Some will make you want to pack your bags immediately. Others might make you question everything you thought you knew about this Caribbean island. And a few, well, they might just give you chills. So if you're ready to discover the Jamaica that exists beyond the postcards and resort brochures, stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see this island forever. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying content like this that reveals the hidden truths about our world, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers, and your support means everything. Now, let's begin. Let's start with something that seems impossible. Jamaica is home to the fastest humans who have ever lived. Not just Usain Bolt, though he's the most famous. The island consistently produces Olympic champions in sprinting, generation after generation. Scientists have actually traveled to Jamaica to study the muscle structure and training styles of these athletes, trying to unlock the secret. Some point to genetics, others to diet, many to the intense training culture. But here's what nobody can deny. Something about this island creates speed that defies explanation. It's as if the very ground beneath their feet propels them forward faster than the rest of humanity. Now, from speed to luxury. High in the misty peaks of Jamaica's Blue Mountains, something extraordinary grows. Blue Mountain coffee, one of the rarest and most expensive coffees on Earth. The beans grown here are so smooth, so low in bitterness, that Japan imports nearly 80% of Jamaica's entire production. Some bags sell for over $100 per pound. Imagine that. A coffee so perfect that an entire nation on the other side of the world refuses to drink anything else. The mountains, the mist, the altitude, they all combine to create something that can't be replicated anywhere else. But Jamaica isn't just about physical achievements and luxury exports. It's a deeply spiritual place. In fact, it holds a Guinness World Record for having more churches per square mile than anywhere else on the planet. Over 1,600 churches dot this small island. From grand cathedrals to tiny, colorful chapels tucked into hillsides, faith is woven into the very fabric of Jamaican life. Walk through any town, and you'll hear gospel music drifting through the air, see people gathering for prayer, feel the spiritual energy that has sustained this island through centuries of struggle and triumph. And speaking of natural abundance, Jamaica is crisscrossed with over 120 rivers. From the mighty Rio Grande to the mysterious Black River, these waterways have shaped the island's ecosystem and culture. Locals use them for rafting, for fishing, for tourism. Thousands of visitors come each year just to float down these rivers, surrounded by jungle, watching exotic birds, feeling the cool water rush beneath their bamboo rafts. It's an experience that connects you to the island in a way that beaches simply cannot. Now here's something that sounds like pure fantasy. Jamaica is home to one of the world's largest butterflies. The giant swallowtail, with a wingspan reaching nearly 6 inches, is one of the most spectacular insects you'll ever encounter. Imagine walking through a Jamaican forest and suddenly seeing this massive, vibrant creature floating past you like something out of a dream. It's moments like these that remind you Jamaica operates on a different frequency than the rest of the world. But if you think that's magical, wait until you hear about the luminous lagoon in Falmouth. At night, when you disturb the water, it literally glows blue. Not metaphorically, not under certain lights. It actually emits a bright blue bioluminescence, thanks to microscopic organisms living in the water. When boats glide through or swimmers move their hands, trails of electric blue light follow. It's one of the brightest and rarest bioluminescent lagoons in the entire world. People travel across continents just to see this phenomenon, and many leave thinking they've witnessed actual magic. Jamaica's mysteries run even deeper into the past. Hidden in ancient caves across the island are petroglyphs carved by the Taino people, the island's original inhabitants, long before Europeans ever arrived. These symbols and drawings, still visible today, tell stories we're only beginning to understand. They're windows into a world that existed centuries ago, proof that Jamaica's story didn't begin with colonization. It began with people who knew this land intimately, who carved their history into stone so it would never be forgotten. Let's talk about music, because you cannot talk about Jamaica without talking about its soul, and that soul is expressed through sound. This tiny island created not just one, but multiple entire music genres that changed the world. Reggae, ska, dancehall, they all came from Jamaica. And reggae wasn't just popular. It was so culturally significant that UNESCO recognized it as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Think about that. A music style born on a small Caribbean island is now considered essential to human culture itself. That's the power of Jamaica. And at the heart of that musical revolution was one man, Bob Marley. His former home in Kingston is now a museum that attracts pilgrims from every corner of the globe. People stand in the rooms where he wrote songs that would unite millions. They see his guitars, his clothes, his records. They come to pay respect to a man who turned music into a movement, who made the world listen to messages of love, resistance, and hope, all from this small island. Even Jamaica's flag tells a story of uniqueness. It's the only national flag in the world that contains neither red, white, nor blue. Instead, it's bold green, gold, and black. Green for the land, gold for the sunshine and natural wealth, black for the strength and creativity of the people. It's a flag that refuses to look like anyone else's, just like the nation it represents. The island's motto captures its essence perfectly. Out of many, one people. Jamaica is a cultural fusion of Africans, Europeans, Indians, Chinese, and indigenous peoples. All of these influences melted together over centuries to create something entirely new. A culture that belongs only to Jamaica. You can taste it in the food, hear it in the language, see it in the faces of the people. Now, here's a fact that still makes people smile. Jamaica once had a bobsled team in the Winter Olympics. Yes, a tropical island with no snow sent athletes to compete in bobsledding. It sounds like a joke, but it became one of the most inspiring underdog stories in sports history. It even inspired the Disney movie Cool Runnings. What it really represents is the Jamaican spirit. If we want to do something, we'll find a way, no matter how impossible it seems. Let's talk about food, specifically the national dish, ackee and saltfish. Here's where things get dangerous. Ackee, when unripe, contains a toxin that can literally kill you. But when it's ripe and cooked properly, it transforms into a delicious, creamy breakfast staple. Jamaicans have perfected the art of knowing exactly when ackee is safe to eat. It's a culinary tradition that requires knowledge passed down through generations. One wrong move and breakfast becomes deadly. But get it right, and you have something unforgettable. Speaking of danger, let me take you back to the 1600s. There was a city called Port Royal, and it earned a nickname that still sends chills down spines. The wickedest city on earth. It was a haven for pirates and privateers, a place of debauchery, crime, and incredible wealth. Gold flowed through its streets. Taverns never closed. It was chaos and opportunity wrapped into one. Then in 1692, an earthquake struck. The earth opened up, and most of the city, along with thousands of people, sank beneath the Caribbean Sea in minutes. Today, Port Royal lies underwater, a ghost city frozen in time. Divers can still explore its ruins, swimming through what was once the most notorious pirate capital in the world. But Jamaica's history isn't just about pirates and natural disasters. It's also about resistance. In 1962, Jamaica became the first Caribbean nation to gain independence. This was a monumental moment, not just for Jamaica, but for the entire region. It proved that freedom was possible, that colonial rule could end. Other nations watched and followed. Jamaica led the way. Even before independence, Jamaica had fighters who refused to be enslaved. The Maroons, communities of escaped Africans, waged war against the British and actually won. They fought so effectively that the British were forced to negotiate treaties and recognize their independence. For centuries, these communities maintained their freedom, their culture, their way of life. They were never conquered. Their legacy of resistance still inspires people around the world today. Now, let's visit one of Jamaica's most iconic natural wonders, Dunn's River Falls, where tourists from around the world come to climb up cascading limestone steps, holding hands in human chains, laughing as cool water rushes over them. It's one of those rare places where nature creates something so perfect, so inviting, that humans can't help but interact with it. Climbing those falls isn't just fun, it's a rite of passage for anyone visiting Jamaica. And if climbing waterfalls isn't your style, how about floating down a river on a bamboo raft? On the Martha Brae River, locals have been steering tourists on long bamboo rafts for generations, surrounded by jungle, birds calling overhead, the gentle sound of water beneath you. It's peaceful, it's traditional, and it connects you to a simpler time. Here's something that might surprise you. Jamaica has a direct connection to the world's most famous spy. Ian Fleming wrote all 14 James Bond novels while living in Jamaica. His estate, called Goldeneye, located in Oracabessa, became the birthplace of stories that would define spy fiction forever. James Bond, with all his sophistication and danger, was born on this island. Fleming would sit on his veranda, look out at the Caribbean Sea, and imagine adventures that would captivate billions. Jamaica's natural diversity is staggering for such a small place. The island is home to over 3,000 species of flowering plants. About 1/3 of them are found nowhere else on Earth. That makes Jamaica a botanical treasure, a living laboratory of evolution and adaptation. Scientists come here to study plants that exist only on this island, trying to understand how such incredible diversity developed in such a small space. Here's an economic fact that shocks people. The Jamaican dollar was once stronger than the US dollar. In the years following independence, Jamaica had a booming economy, and its currency reflected that strength. Times have changed, but that history remains, a reminder of what the island once was and what it's working to become again. Now let's talk about a spiritual movement that was born right here, Rastafarianism. It blends African heritage, spirituality, and social justice into a belief system that has spread across the entire world. From Jamaica, Rastafari philosophy has influenced music, art, culture, and consciousness globally. It's a movement that challenges power, celebrates African identity, and promotes peace and unity. All of that started on this small island. Even the way Jamaicans speak has conquered the world. The Jamaican accent is one of the most recognizable on the planet. From Hollywood films to music videos, that distinct rhythm, that melodic cadence, it's instantly known everywhere. It's an accent that carries confidence, warmth, and identity. Once you hear it, you never forget it. And then there's jerk seasoning. This isn't just a recipe. It has ancient origins, derived from Maroon cooking techniques used to preserve and flavor meat. Today, jerk is one of the most famous Caribbean flavors, loved across the globe. That smoky, spicy, complex taste, it's all Jamaica. Let's talk about a man whose influence reached far beyond his island. Marcus Garvey, a Jamaican national hero, inspired the Pan-African movement. His teachings about Black pride, self-reliance, and unity influenced leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and liberation movements across Africa. Garvey's vision was global, but his roots were firmly Jamaican. He proved that one person from a small place can change the entire world's thinking. Here's a demographic fact that reveals Jamaica's global reach. There are more Jamaicans living abroad than there are living in Jamaica itself. Over 3 million Jamaicans live overseas, compared to around 2.9 million on the island. The Jamaican diaspora has spread across North America, Europe, and beyond, taking their culture, their food, their music, their spirit with them. Jamaica isn't just a place, it's a people spread across the world. During Christmas time in Jamaica, there's a tradition that warms the soul. Sorrel drink, made from hibiscus petals, ginger, and rum. It's sweet, tangy, and deeply connected to the holiday season. Families brew it together, the scent filling homes, creating memories. It's one of those traditions that makes Jamaica feel like home, no matter where you are. Now, let's talk about Jamaica's beaches, because they truly are world famous. From Negro's 7-Mile Beach to Doctor's Cave Beach in Montego Bay, these stretches of sand and crystal-clear water draw tourists by the millions. They're consistently ranked among the best beaches in the Caribbean, and for good reason. The water is warm, the sand is soft, and the views are absolutely breathtaking. Music festivals in Jamaica are legendary. Reggae Sunsplash and Reggae Sumfest draw international crowds and feature the biggest names in music. These aren't just concerts. They're cultural celebrations, multi-day events where music, food, art, and community come together. People plan their entire year around attending these festivals. They're pilgrimage destinations for music lovers worldwide. Jamaica's national bird deserves special mention. The doctor bird, a type of hummingbird found nowhere else on Earth, with its long tail, feathers, and iridescent colors, is one of the most beautiful birds in the Caribbean. Watching one hover in midair, its wings beating impossibly fast, is like witnessing a tiny miracle. Hidden in the hills near Ocho Rios is a place that feels like paradise on Earth. The Blue Hole, a natural swimming paradise with crystal-clear turquoise pools connected to cascading waterfalls. Visitors jump from cliffs, swing from ropes, swim in waters so clear you can see every stone below. It's one of Jamaica's most breathtaking secrets, the kind of place that makes you believe in magic again. At Jamaican weddings, there's one dish that's absolutely essential: goat curry. Slow cooked with spices until the meat falls off the bone, this flavorful dish is more than food. It's tradition. Recipes are passed down through generations, and no wedding feels complete without it. It represents community, celebration, and the importance of sharing a meal together. For bird watchers, Jamaica is nothing short of paradise. The island is home to over 160 species of birds. From brightly colored parrots to rare endemic species, the island is alive with wings and song. Many of these birds exist nowhere else on Earth, making Jamaica one of the most biodiverse birding destinations in the Caribbean. Now, while sprinting legends like Usain Bolt dominate international headlines, cricket still holds a special place in Jamaican hearts. It connects the island to its colonial history and to the wider Caribbean, where cricket isn't just a game. It's a passion, a way of life, a source of national pride. Despite modern healthcare, many Jamaicans still trust bush medicine. Herbal remedies brewed from leaves, roots, and herbs are used to cure everything from colds to fevers. This knowledge, passed down from ancestors who relied on the land for healing, remains a vital part of Jamaican culture. It's a connection to the past that refuses to fade. Here's something that puts Jamaica's influence in perspective. The island is smaller than Connecticut, just over 4,000 square miles. Yet despite its tiny size, it has influenced the entire world through music, food, sports, and culture. Few places on Earth this small have left such a massive footprint on global history. It's proof that size doesn't determine impact. Let me tell you about something that changed music forever: sound system culture. Imagine giant speakers stacked high, vibrating with bass so heavy you feel it in your chest, while DJs hype up crowds under the stars. This is Jamaican sound system culture, and it became the foundation of modern DJing and hip-hop. From Kingston street parties to today's global festivals, the sound system revolution began right here. Without Jamaica, modern music would sound completely different. In 2003, Jamaica made technological history. Montego Bay's Sangster International Airport became the first in the Caribbean to offer free Wi-Fi to travelers. This was long before wireless internet became standard worldwide. For an island often stereotyped as laid back and behind the times, Jamaica proved it could be cutting edge too. Now, a warning for tourists. Rum punch in Jamaica is stronger than you think. It's sweet, colorful, fruity, and it looks completely harmless. But one glass can feel like 3 drinks. Locals know to sip slowly and respect the rum. Visitors often learn this lesson the hard way, which sometimes makes for entertaining stories later. In 2018, something incredible happened. UNESCO officially declared reggae music a part of the world's cultural heritage. That means reggae isn't just Jamaican. It's a global legacy that must be preserved for future generations. Very few music styles have ever received such an honor. It's recognition that what Jamaica created transcends borders and belongs to all of humanity. People often arrive in Jamaica with stereotypes, but they leave with something different. A new understanding. Because Jamaicans are some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. They're warm, welcoming, and deeply proud of their island. Whether it's sharing directions, telling stories, or offering food, locals treat visitors like family. That's why so many people don't just visit Jamaica once. They return again and again. There's one song that has become bigger than Jamaica itself. Bob Marley's One Love is considered an anthem of peace worldwide. It's been played at Olympic ceremonies, global festivals, peace rallies, and moments of unity across every continent. Few songs from any nation carry such universal power. It's a simple message, love and unity, but it resonates with the entire human family. Before the British, there was another colonial power. Jamaica was under Spanish rule from 1494 to 1655. That's over 160 years. The Spanish influence is still felt today in place names, foods, and traditions. It's another layer in the island's incredibly complex cultural history. You've probably heard Jamaicans say, "no problem," and you might think it's just a casual phrase, but it's actually much deeper than that. It reflects the Jamaican spirit of resilience and positivity. Life brings challenges, but Jamaicans meet them with a smile and an unshakable belief that things will work out. This attitude isn't ignorance, it's wisdom. It's a choice to not let stress consume you. For tourists coming from fast-paced, high-stress societies, that no-problem mentality feels revolutionary. Here's a historical claim that might start debates. The world's first recorded rum distillery was in Jamaica, dating back to the 17th century. For centuries, Jamaica has been producing rum, and today, Jamaican rum is considered among the finest in the world. It's known for bold, rich flavors that rum enthusiasts seek out specifically. It's not just a drink. It's part of the island's identity, its economy, its history. Look at Jamaica's coat of arms and you'll notice something unusual. Most countries use lions, eagles, or other traditionally noble animals. Jamaica proudly displays a crocodile at the top of its national symbol. It reflects the island's unique wildlife and serves as a reminder that Jamaica doesn't follow anyone else's rules about what a nation should be. Now, if you visit Jamaica and try the local food, prepare yourself. Scotch bonnet peppers, a staple in Jamaican cooking, are among the hottest peppers in the world. They're small, bright, and innocent looking, but one bite can set your mouth on fire. Locals love the heat and use these peppers liberally. Visitors often underestimate them and immediately regret it. Jamaica has been a favorite location for major film productions for decades. The very first James Bond movie, Dr. No, was filmed here in 1962. Since then, countless films have used Jamaica's beaches, jungles, and vibrant culture as backdrops. Directors love the island's visual beauty and the energy it brings to their stories. Here's a fact about democracy and participation. When Jamaica was approaching independence in 1962, the government held a competition for citizens to submit lyrics and music for a new national anthem. Out of many entries, Jamaica, Land We Love, was chosen. That means the national anthem wasn't written by politicians or hired composers. It was created by the people themselves. It's a piece of history that truly belongs to everyone. And now we arrive at the final fact, and perhaps the most important one. Despite stereotypes, despite how outsiders sometimes try to reduce Jamaica to just beaches or reggae or resorts, the truth is this: Jamaica has one of the richest cultures on earth. It's a nation built on deep resilience, endless creativity, and unshakable pride. From its struggles against slavery and colonialism to its global contributions in music, sports, literature, and culture, Jamaica has proven time and time again that greatness doesn't require size. It requires spirit. It requires courage. It requires the refusal to be anything other than yourself. So there you have it. 50 facts about Jamaica that sound completely fake but aren't. From glowing lagoons to Olympic legends, from pirate cities swallowed by the sea to a music style recognized as essential to humanity. Jamaica is so much more than just an island. It's a force of nature, a cultural powerhouse, a testament to what human beings can create when they refuse to be limited by their circumstances. If you learned something new today, if your perspective on Jamaica has changed, if you're planning to visit now or just want to learn more about places like this, make sure you like this video, share it with someone who loves discovering hidden truths, and subscribe to this channel. Because Jamaica isn't just a travel destination. It's living proof that small nations can leave the biggest marks on history. And there are so many more stories like this waiting to be told. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the incredible truths hiding in plain sight all around our world.